Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video I will be closing out November's monthly budget, and if you'd like to see how I do that, please keep watching. Do you wanna come along with me? Come along with me. Do you wanna? And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something, get it right. Gonna keep on running, grab the fun and live it light. And tomorrow's far away, should I let the party fade? And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something, let us on tonight. So for those of you who are new here, my name is Gracia. I am a mom of one, and I am on a journey to becoming fully debt-free and also to take full control of my finances and create generational wealth for my son and I and his children in the very future. So sit back and let's get into this. All right, so I've got my budget planner here, and I love at the front it says make today count. But basically, we should always make every day count, right? So let's get her open, and we are going to flip through to the month of November. We've got a bit of a full planner here. Okay, and I am going to be removing my budget. But before I do that, I want to sort of dig a bit deeper with you guys in this one. So it took me a few hours to get this done. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I've got 2.5, almost 3 sheets of expense tracking here. We've got our key system, which I was using from the very jump. I have not been very consistent with it, but we have been spending not as much as the previous months, but we have been spending quite a bit. And in December's budget, I've sort of changed things up. You guys will see that once I film that video, to reflect on my lifestyle. When you start a budgeting journey, it's all about tailoring it to meeting your needs, your family needs accordingly. And you're going to also need to remove stuff, add stuff, and that's how it is, okay? No matter what you do in life, that's how it is. So for me, I decided to sit down. It took me some hours, and I'm talking at least over 4 or 5 hours, okay, to do all of this, because I had to go through all of my bank accounts that I use. I had to go through my digital cash envelope system, also my son's digital cash envelope system. I had to go through my billing account to get everything up to notch. So this is what it's all looking like. I just wanted to show you guys a flip through. I'm not going to go into it within a great detail, but I just want to show you guys, this is what it can look like for some of us. Some people don't do this, but like I said, and I constantly have to reiterate it and repeat it, basically, I am a visual person. So within a month, 2 to 3 months, I come back in and I flip through and I see, okay, these are the categories I need to increase, these are the categories I need to decrease, and these are the categories I need to get rid of for now. So this is what this is looking like. So I just wanted to show you guys that. So with all of that said, let us remove our budget planner to close out this budget so we could move forward with the upcoming budget. Okay? So we've got our printable here, and we did our budgeted amount when we did this budget at the beginning of November. So our actual amount that we brought in was £4,105.63. Now we are going to put a dash here because we didn't bring in any sort of extra. So for the total income under the budgeted section, I've started doing it this way just so it makes sense to me. So I'm just repeating the number at the top, which is 1623.08, and then our actual amount would be £4,105.63. 63 pence. Now this is a huge income for me, but do bear in mind, guys, that this income includes the money loaned to me by the Good Samaritan. If you've seen my debt payoff video, I'll link it up here so you can see what I'm talking about. And I've also included the remaining balance that was in my current account. I noticed that I've been overlooking that, and sometimes the budget could get a bit confusing because I'm not allocating all of my money, not intentionally, but because I'm more focused on the areas that I've got written down on my budgeting form, and I do not pay full attention to my current account in regards to what money is left over before my new money hits my account. So this is all included. I do not break down my income. I feel that that is personal to me, but the numbers are correct. I just don't break them down to say, oh, I've got this amount from that. I don't do that, but the totals are correct. Now we're going to start at the top, and we budgeted £75 for our savings, and that is what we paid when it came to our savings. I've explained to you guys that this is something that I do not skim on at all. It's something that's important to me. I'm creating a habit. It says it takes 21 days to create a habit, and I've been doing this for over 21 days and quite a few months actually, and I'm very proud of myself because this is a huge commitment for me. So we've got our 3% saving, which is £25, just to break it down, and then we've got our £50 for our help to save. I've spoken about the help to save, but just to let you know, if you're new here, you're based in the UK and you are in receipt of any sort of benefits, you might be eligible for the help to save scheme, where you save up to a max of £50 a month. Okay, so I do that. I go to the max, and that is £75. Now our sinking funds are the next categories, and we budgeted £135.20, and that is what we paid. So that's our actual amount, and don't even need the calculator actually, because you'll see the same numbers reflecting there. So our total is £210.20. Now moving down to our rent, we budgeted $373.60, and that is what we paid. So we paid $373.60. So our difference is nil. Council tax, we budgeted 101, and that's what's been deducted, so that's nil as well. The electricity, we budgeted £31, and that is what we paid, so that's nil. Gas, we budgeted $44.48, and that's what we paid. These numbers are usually the same because they're paid by direct debit, so it's usually a fixed rate. Our water is $35.59. Mobile, $22.60. Internet, $39.50. And our bank account fee is £2. So we're looking good and healthy up top. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit so you can have a better view. All right, moving down to our petrol, we budgeted £80, but we ended up spending $93.17. So we were over budget by $13.17. Just gonna highlight that. Groceries, we budgeted £80, and we ended up spending £90.63. So we were also over budget by $10.63. I find that the variable expenses always fluctuates. That's where I tend to overspend, or for things that I've not budgeted for as well. So those are the areas I need to work on. But $10.63 to me is not bad at all. So that's okay. Kaylan, we budgeted £40. And £40 is what we paid, which is a great improvement there. School fees. We budgeted £71, okay, and we paid $61.30. So we were under budget. Let's go in with our green highlighter. By £9.70. £9.70. This money, I am going to actually transfer it into the digital envelope or jar on my hyper jar, and I'm going to put it under the school fees category because you never know what's going to come up in the future. So I think I'm going to start doing that. Subscriptions, we budgeted $32.98, and that is what we paid. Car maintenance, this was a bit of a tricky one because what it is, I budgeted $66.54, but I ended up double stuffing that envelope, if that makes sense, or that jar, whatever you want to call it. I do both. I do digital cash envelope stuffing using Hyperjar, and I also do the physical cash envelope stuffing. So I actually by accident overstuffed that category by adding an extra $66.98 to it, but that's all good because the car maintenance is coming up very soon. So we actually spent, instead of £66.54, we spent £133.52, okay? So like I said, we were over budget, so let's just highlight that there, but it's a good thing. It's a positive thing. Sometimes being over budget doesn't necessarily mean it's negative, at least not for me. You know, everybody looks at their finances through different lenses. I look through mine via the lens of reality, so it's not all bad at all in my opinion. Okay, so we do have some unbudgeted categories, but I don't have enough space. I am going to be rejigging this form for the new year because I feel like I need a few more boxes and so on and so forth. So I might have to sort of, you know, make these edges a bit thinner, the top and bottom ones, so I could get more spaces, so I could at least put maybe about 4 rows in, because I tend to add categories after I budget and I look at my finances and see, oh, I've got a little bit extra, and I don't want to come back on to sort of update that because I'm going to do that in this video. So with all of that said, let me just get the numbers for those and then I will come back. All right, so we've got 5 extra categories, and as you can see, I don't have the space for it, okay? I don't. So I'm going to need to add at least an extra 2 lines in this little bottom bit, which is the deck bit, and maybe about an extra 4 in this little section. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk you guys through the categories, and then I'm going to add them up on my calculator just here in the corner. Okay, that's a bit better. And I'll just add everything up on the calculator here so you guys could sort of follow along. So what I'm going to do, I have the extra debt payment. So I could sort of squeeze that above this little line here. Okay, I'll squeeze it above the little total income line. That's fine. But what I also want to include are the other categories. So for Costco, I spent $131.65. Like I said, there was a buffer in my current account, which I didn't pay attention to. That allowed me to do my Costco shop. So $131.65 was that amount. So we're going to put 131.65 plus. Eating out, someone did bless us with some money, £30 to be exact, for eating out. So we did put that into our budget, and we spent $29.93, so we were 3p under the budget. So we've got 131.65 for Costco, then we've got our 29.93. Then we bought some household items. We budgeted for that. That was also from the buffer that was in my account that I didn't really pay attention to. So that was $22.91. So we're going to put plus 22.91. And then so this is going to be the first one actually. So we're going to put other expenses in this box. We're just going to put other expenses, okay? Because it's covering at least 3. So that is, we did not budget for it. Well, we did for some, but it's all good. So we are going to put 184.49. 184.49, and I'm just going to put the difference here would have been what, 3 pence, right? So that's in green. I'm trying to remember, guys. Oh, so it would be 0.03. And then what we've got is our miscellaneous bit. We didn't budget for that, but we did spend £231.22. Now looking at this is a huge amount of money, and this is why I said it's great to track your stuff. So what I ended up doing for the month of November, because I realized that my budget was not going to be working, is to use the money that I usually put towards the December bills and payments, December expenses, and put it into November's budget, because that money is literally November's, but I usually use like October's money to pay for November's bills, November's money to pay for December, December to pay for January. So when I looked, I sat down and I said, you know what, you need to sort of move this money here just for a temporary time until you could sort yourself out and you could sort of, you know, be in a better position once all your debt's done, or at least 80% of your debt's done. You could sort of relax a bit more, do you know what I mean? So I did include that money as well, and that's how we got the 4,000. So we did have quite a bit of money that was added that wouldn't have usually been added, but you have to sit down with your budget and see what works for you. Now, to some people, this might look like it's cheating the budget and stuff. It's not. It's literally money that was for that month, but I was in a position months and months back to allow that money to sit in my account and just run over to pay for the following month's bills. But now I'm not in that position. I'm no longer in that position. So I've got to roll with the punches. I've got to ride the wave in the direction it needs to be ridden. All right. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. But that's how all of these sort of money crept in. So the 231.22, that included sort of an extra payment I needed to do for my hair, which was just about maybe £7-8. I also made a donation to a cancer charity, and for a friend who lost their son to cancer, a young, you know, the young son, early 20s and stuff. So I did make donations here and there, the miscellaneous. It's not just like eating out. Funny enough, the eating out bit in the miscellaneous is probably under £30, which is amazing, because this is usually £100 plus. Do you understand? So this just includes different sort of things that I've not necessarily broken down on this phone because there's not enough space, and I just don't see the need in breaking it down if the total amount is the same. Okay, so the 231.22, we're just gonna put a little dash here. I will just put a 0, okay, even though it wasn't budgeted for. So that's that. Now we're going to work our way down under this bit here now where I said to you guys, you know what I could actually do? Actually, I don't need to create a new column, do I? Because the money from the Good Samaritan did go to the credit card, okay? But I have it down on my, what's that thing called? On my budgeting app as an extra debt payment. So our 0% debt, we budgeted 141.09, and that is what we paid. So 141.09. So nil. Credit card, okay, we budgeted 251.50, but we ended up paying 283.88. I did get back a refund of 32.38 that went back onto my credit card, and then we've got the 251.50. The 251.50 did not go to my credit card, it went to the Good Samaritan. If you've seen my debt payoff video, you know how this works. So the 251.51 is correct, yes, but we also got a refund of 32.98, which is included in the $4,000 up top here. We did have a few refunds as well, which is included in this bit. But breaking it all down is too messy and I feel like it's too invasive. So I like to just do it as a lump sum and work with that. So 251.50 is what we actually, you know, paid to the Good Samaritan. But with the refund, we ended up spending 283.88. But what I'm going to just put it separately because I could see myself getting mixed up. So we're going to just put, we paid 283.88. So we were over budget. No, we weren't actually over budget. I'm not going to put it that we're over budget because we did get a refund and we allocated that to that. So I'm going to put it as a dash. I'm not going to put it as 0. I'm just going to put it as a dash, okay? So it makes sense to me. I've got it documented elsewhere, so it makes sense to me because the money was there for that. So we weren't necessarily over budget. Now I'm going to put the extra debt payment. We didn't budget that, so we're going to put a dash. And the actual amount we spent was £1,896. And that was to pay the credit card off in full, okay? So for that, we are going to put 0. All right, so I think this makes sense. I hope it does. It makes sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you. We're going to put our total income in. I'm going to need to write this in a different pen because I need for it to stand out a bit. So let me write it in here in this pen, this blue pen. So our total income was £4,105.63. Our total expenses. So we're going to add up the actual column real quick. Okay, so we're coming up with £3,953.21, but it should be £3,953.25. So there's 4p missing somewhere. Don't know where. And the reason I know this is because I'm actually looking at my app, so I don't know what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong. It's supposed to be $29.97. the eating out was supposed to be 29.97, so the 3 pence over here is right. So that's where I'm missing the 4p. So I figured it out. So it should be £29. We spent, let me just see, Costco is 131.65. The eating out should be, where is it? 29.97. 29.97. Household items should be 22.91 because those are the ones that I added up. And then the miscellaneous should be 231.22. So let's add those up again. It's this is the one that's wrong. The other expenses, it's a bit off. So let's go through. This is the joy about budgeting. You're not going to always get your numbers right. But I think if you're paying attention and you're keen and invested, you'll sort of figure it out, because it does happen. I've had times when finalizing my budget has taken me 2, 3, 4 days because I've got a very, very intense case of OCD and it drives me insane in different areas of my life. But let's move on. Okay, so let's go. 131.65 plus 29.97. Okay. Plus 22.91 plus 231.22. So, child, what is you doing, babes? No, I'm still mocking it all. I'm including the miscellaneous in the figure. That shouldn't be in the figure. The figure should just be Costco, eating out, and household items. So Costco is 131.65. This is why I need the separate categories. I'm gonna redo this printable. So 131.65 plus 29.97 plus 22.91 equals. So this should be 184.53. So that's where the mix-up happens. But I'm documenting this. I'm not editing it out because I want you guys to see that these things happen. No one is perfect. Okay, some people have a cheat sheet. I actually don't have one. I'm just doing it, you know, live and direct with you guys. So let's go again. Let's add everything up. Let's start from the bottom and just work our way up. I'm going to speed it up as well because it's a bit long-winded. Booyah! We got it. We got it. We got her. So we've got £3,953.25. Yes. Okay. I love when it works. I love when it works. Okay. Because you guys know I get things muddled up all the time. And this is why I love documenting it. So £3,953. Oops. 25 pence. So we are going to subtract that from this number. So we're going to go minus 4105.63. So we have got, we need to put her in a different ink. We're going to put her in some green, in a nice green. We've got £152, 38 pence left. I think my pen is working. Okay, there we go, okay. Right, 152.38. All right. So that's what we've got left. So this is what never used to fully happen. in my previous budgeting videos, not because I was hiding anything, but because I was just focused on what was written down here, working it out and just keeping it moving. But now we know we're doing things properly, so we're checking our current account to see what money we've got. But what's going towards December's budget would not be 152.38 because there's some deductions that needed to be made. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. It's a bit of a long one, but a lot of you love the long videos. I do appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that you are doing your budget correctly. It's okay to pull yourself up. I could have easily, like, you know, not put this on here seriously, and I'm not saying this because I want an award or I want to get credit or anything, but it's all about accountability at the end of the day. This is what I always say to you guys: do a budget that works for you, but also be vigilant. Pay attention to your numbers. Be accountable. Once you be accountable, everything will work itself out. So look at us. We've got 152.38. Okay, and usually we don't have anything, so for me this is an improvement. So this is what's left over from sort of my tax credit and child benefit that I got paid in the month of November, that I used to pay for the November bills, because I was in a pickle. Okay, and I wasn't in a pickle because I went crazy in the miscellaneous section or anything of that nature. Budgets happen like that. It's one of them things. You could do a zero-based budget and things are going to pop up, like we overpaid for the flipping car maintenance, that we paid a bit extra in different areas, you know. So it's all good. It is all good, but I'm thankful that I was able to pull this up, pull myself up on it, be accountable, have conversations with myself, change my mindset whilst I'm still in 2021. So when 2022 comes, I'm going to dominate that MF. Seriously. But have a wonderful day, guys, and I'll see you in my next video, which would be December's monthly budget. I'll still be using this principle in December's monthly budget because I've just not got the time to go and sort of change it up just yet. I will probably film the video and then change it up after, because I already printed this ahead of time. So yeah, I just want to say that. Don't forget to give my video a thumbs up if you've made it through the entire video without skipping through, and you were, you know, picking up a few errors, like when I think I added 135.52 instead of 133, but then I deducted the £2 down here and I made it 182.53. So if you picked up on those sort of things, do let me know. Leave the money face emoticon, okay? You know the money face emoticon, I'll put it across the screen. If you've seen the video from start to finish, this is going to be like maybe 40 minutes long. I'm not sure by the time I edit it, but 35 to 40 minutes long. But if you've seen the entire video without skipping it and you watched it straight through, let me know in the comment section by commenting with the money face emoticon. All right, so thumbs up the video, subscribe, it's absolutely free, share it if you feel like it's going to be helpful to anyone you know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Wanna shake the ground, wanna break away.